This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the podcast. Quote CFR at the checkout and receive 10% discount on your order.
Half to get down to the venue kind of thing, It's a
But
different
really,
city. The
uh-huh.
second city, we'll still claim that. Brum is still
Yeah.
the second city. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I agree. Still the second biggest city. Technically is.
Well, no, they gave it away, man. I'm sure Liverpool's now the second city or some kind of foolishness.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, or Manny possibly. I'm sure I was thinking, how does that work? Birmingham has always been the second city. Technically,
Yeah.
if we go back to the Roman and Saxon times, this was the center of the whole of the UK. Mercia
Oh,
was.
wow. Yeah. Well, it is the center, like in the middle, the Midlands.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
This is it. This is it. So we got our importance, man, and we're going to continue to show and shine a spotlight on Brum and show the excellence of Brum. So
Yeah, man.
trustfully, you're going to have not even trustfully. My man's going to do the thing in the boxing something. I got no doubt of that. Trustfully, when you make your debut in Octagon, it will go very smoothly, and we'll get maybe a second round finish, potentially, maybe even a first round. I won't put it out there like that, but
I come to unleash the force, you know what I mean? So the lightsabers are deadly. Boom, boom, boom.
You don't know the thing, man. You don't know the thing.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, power, precision. You got the length. Listen, you're already a champion. How many belts are we holding now?
I got two. So in the pro ranks, I've got. No one taken my golden ticket belt from me yet. So.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah. True that.
Got that one. I got that one, and I got the LFL. Obviously, you do relinquish them once you leave the promotion, but
yes,
hey, no one took them off me. So
yes.
Go get the title in Octagon, and then we'll see what's next.
Would you like to enter? Would you like to enter the realms of the UFC?
100%. I'd love to. When the time's right, I'll be making my run through the UFC. That is if it works out, if it follows and works, it's not something I was speaking to you, my boy Amari the other day, and the UFC, it's never been less appealing as it has been right now, because you've got other promotions that are paying big. You've got PFL. PFL is really. I'm looking at PFL. I'm like, $1 million tournament.
Exactly.
I'm like, huh? Even I loved how the Bellator were doing their $1 million tournament. I'm loving that. So I would never say no to them promotions. I wouldn't say no to ONE FC as well. Do you know what I mean? Over UFC. I feel like I'm taking everything one fight at a time, 1 year at a time, one contract at a time, and see where we are. Do you know what I mean? I'm aiming to the top, and you could argue, okay, you need to do that in the UFC, but what's wrong with going through Bellator or through ONE FC, then going to the UFC and fighting like a Marco Chandler? What's wrong with doing that? Coming in, being seeded 5th in the world already, and you fight one or two. Now you fight for the title in the UFC. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I advise all fighters to go to as many promotions as possible, because it's about that experience. Each promotion, number one, is going to treat you differently, pay you differently, and you're going to have a different experience. So throughout that time, you can say, that was a good experience. Now I've moved up a better, what did they call it? Leveling up. You may level up. Yeah, you may level up in the eyes of the public, but when you're there, you're like, okay, this is a perceived level up. But the last promotion I was treated better. I may have got paid a little less, but overall I was paid better. And it's that kind of element, rather than that main focus being, I have to get to the UFC. I have to get to the UFC.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of struggle with I don't like to talk bad about promotions, but if I went through the Cage Warriors route, I think I'd be struggling a lot more right now, like thinking of, okay, blast through the Cage Warriors, let's say, but then we know they ain't paying good. We know they're paying. We know they're paying. And the promise of the UFC. They promised the UFC. Okay, cool. Like, all right. How many brothers have been sent from Cage Warriors
I know.
to the UFC, and it's been good on a good contract and good fights. Like, I could maybe count on 3 fingers.
Exactly.
Guys that have done it.
Yeah.
Done it good from Cage Warriors, and I'm just like, it's never appealed to me. Cage Warriors never appealed to me. I like it. I like the fights on there, but it's never appealed to me.
It just seems to me a massive conflict of interest. I mean, because when I don't know what channel did like an expose, and I think Ariel has kind of touched on it as well. That conflict of interest with regards to Boylan's being the promoter and he's managing the fighters as well, and then bringing them over to the UFC. That just seems, you know, there's got to be a line, man. You're like, so you've got, it's double benefit for you. There's who's fighting your corner. Ultimately, you think it's your manager who's also the promoter for the thing, and then he's to feed the organization. It's UFC is a monopoly. Congratulations to them. They've done some really, really good things. But at the same time, they've damaged the regional promotional scene. Because if you look at it, Cage Warriors folded, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They came back.
They're UFC. They're just under UFC.
Exactly. Fight Pass. Yeah. So you got them. You got Invicta. You got M1 Global. LFA.
LFL. LFA.
Was it Road FC? All of these, every single promotion that is on Fight Pass aren't technically owned by the UFC, but they're owned by the UFC because that money is funding them, enabling that promotion to continue.
And I know that money's not going in the fighters' pockets.
And this is another thing, Akonne. Come on, without you guys putting in that work, that blood, sweat, tears, dedication, broken bones, contusions, all the rest of that stuff, there would be no promotion.
There would not be promotion, and it's like I understand. When I was in my early of my career, I'd never understood why people strike in jobs and that. Do you know what I mean? But now I understand it. I understand. Imagine, like, let's imagine you want to stand up for something, but it's how do you stop? How do you stand up for something if you keep continuing? As long as, say, let's use in Cage Warriors. I don't mean to keep coming down on Cage Warriors, but using it as an example, they're getting paid shit. They're getting promised of UFC. They're not going to the UFC. If they lose one fight, they get tough fights in the Cage Warriors for little pay, and then they don't get to. Then their career gets ruined or whatever. You know, they don't get to go to the UFC. So people want to make a stand for that, but if you continue to fight underneath that banner, keep giving them sick nights of fights, nothing's gonna change. You're still gonna get paid the same little P. You know, you're still gonna get this promise of nothing's gonna change. So that's why I understand why people strike, I guess. I don't know. It's just a little realization.
And it's crazy when those kind of things happen because, as you say, well, why would you be striking if you're in gainful employment? Why are you guys striking? But it's about the conditions. It's about you starting a job. So I start at a job. Noble, so you've got to come in. Your job hours are 9 till 5, and these are the job activities you've got to do. You've got to answer the phone, and you've got to input this data in. And I'm there for a month, and everything's all fine. I get paid on, and then month 2 comes and say, okay, Noble, you've now got to come in at 8:30, and you don't leave until 6 o'clock now. Outside of you answering the phones, you've got to also check people in. You've got to be a valet parker and park all the visitors' cars around the corner and all that. You're like, wait a minute, am I going to get paid more for this? No, it's the same wages. So that's the whole thing, man. It's people taking advantage. You know, we understand as a business. Someone's going to take the lion's share. There's never going to be a fair exchange, so it's 50-50. That doesn't take place, unfortunately, not in business. That does not take place. But you as a fighter should be able to say, I've got to fight on the 6th of June. I've got to weigh 155 pounds. This is my opponent. We're scheduled for 3 rounds, and I'm going to get paid 20 bags.
Yeah, yeah.
That should be it. Not, oh, I'm going to get paid 10, and if I win, I get paid the other 10.
Dude, it's not even like that in Cage Warriors. Man, I keep talking about it, but yo, man are going into debt, B.
It's
Man are going into debt, bro, to fight. And it's like, what? That don't make no sense. Hey, please don't put the caption of this podcast. Akonne hates Cage Warriors.
Akonne ripping Cage Warriors.
Ripping Cage Warriors. Bro. I've been asked to find that show so many times, bro. I'm just like, nah. Just be like, no.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing because, well, there's not many UK promotions obviously left anymore. Even like the BAMMA, I heard all kind of horror stories about BAMMA not paying fighters and stuff. And that seemed like, I mean, even I guess of recent years, really going back and researching that organization, how it started, what BAMMA stood for. Because when I used to watch it, I said, what the hell, BAMMA? What kind of stupid name is that? But it was an acronym, wasn't it? It was like British Athletics Mixed Martial Arts Association or something like that.
Oh, was it? I didn't even know.
You see what I'm saying? People don't know because, again, it wasn't. I may be wrong in regards to the full acronym, but I say it was something to do with British Athletics, something. So the idea of it was really good to promote your athletes and and they got the TV deal, but apparently people were not getting paid like they're supposed to be getting. Yeah. It's greed. I guess again, the wonders of humanity. Everyone has a different idea of how their place in this world should be, and most people, I would like to think, want to have an equal exchange, a fair exchange, whereas other people are like, how much money can I take out of Akonne's pocket?
Yeah.
Because I want more. The world isn't enough, you know.
I want more, yeah. Study promoters be, man.
Interesting time.
Everything, put your body on the line.
Yeah.
And then, give you a little promise they'll do that.
And you see, I mean, do you think that the Ali Act would work within mixed martial arts?
If I guess if it'd have to be everyone to, like the strikers, everyone unites. If everybody was to unite, do you know what I mean? And actually follow through with what we say we're gonna do, not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a stand for fighters' pay, let's say, and then, but you're gonna fight anyway.
Yeah.
Underneath that, it's just never gonna work. And the problem with MMA is that it's the sole promoter that controls the whole show,
the whole thing.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to, unless you just leave the promotion. The promoter's not going to give you no fights if you make a stand. Oh, you don't want to get paid? No, I'm not going to pay you that much. All right, go somewhere else. And then if you're not attractive enough to be in a lucky position to be picking up fights and stuff like that, it's hard. It's tough. I understand why you just do it. Why you just fight.
Put your mental health on the line, down the line, your physical health. Financially, I mean, people don't really understand how much it actually costs to be a professional athlete. The food you've got to intake, the physiotherapy, the come on, man, the training. There's thousands of pounds.
Before you even get to a stage where I'm at, I'm not even in like a place where I'm just like, I'm like living like a fucking king. Do you know what I mean? I may look like it on social, but I'm still building.
Of
and
course.
It's taken so many years just to even get here. Do you know what I mean? I'm still building. I'm still trying to get to my place. I'm still fighting for that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And God forbid it could be one win away that I make it. Or it could be one loss away where I just go, whoo, back to
No,
square
no, no,
one.
no, 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 no.
They're
Let's
like,
just
yeah,
keep.
I know what you mean,
I know
but
you
just
say,
right.
yeah, of course. The reality of it is, yeah, and especially now how things are, it's
Yeah,
very volatile, man. It's very volatile. So it's. Well, you already know the thing, man. From where we've come from and where we are today, we know to put things in place. Not to get 10 racks in the bank and we're like, yo, I'm gonna spunk the whole of this thing. No,
yeah,
no, no, no. Let's pay some bills first. Let's treat ourselves where appropriate,
yeah.
just in case something happens down the line, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
And I think that's why it's important for fighters as well to think about structuring their career, especially MMA fighters. Boxers got it right in a way. They've been doing it for so many years, and now boxers build themselves up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They now get their sole promoter who's for them to get them
Yes.
the right fights, to get them the right pay, to get them all sort of stuff. And I feel like fighters ourselves, we need to look after ourselves a little bit more and be like, all right, now let me ask for an extra 5 on top of that 3 is gonna give me. Let me try to get 8 and 8 instead of 2 and 2. You know what I mean? Or like something like that. Let me try to ask to get my travel paid for.
Yeah.
Let,
It
let
should
me
be a
let me
standard.
Yeah, for a standard, but it's not, bro. It's really not in some of these promotions. You'll be paying for a lot of things yourselves. You know what I mean? And it's just yeah.
Mm, yeah. Which is it to me again, outside looking in,
Hmm.
you would think you're contracted to a promotion. Okay, you're scheduled 6th of June. This is your flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the hotel stopping in. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to bring your coach, we're gonna pay for that. Anybody else, you've got to take care of, kind of thing. I understand that. You can't just bring 50 people with you, kind of thing. But as a minimum, you and your coach or you and your corner, that should
Mm,
be all paid for in regards to travel and accommodation. Food wise, I can understand them not paying you, giving you sort of some kind of cover per day kind of thing. You should
mm.
potentially deal with that. But it would seem that clearly not. Some promotions are like, okay, you got this fight. What time are you getting here, mate?
No, no, well, yeah, yeah. I guess some probably are like that, but it depends on how much you get paid as well. If you get paid 1K and they could cover everything, yeah. But then you've got to bring out like you're not just going to travel with just one coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're not going to have one corner man. You essentially
Mhm.
fight for a title. You have to
Yes,
have one corner man.
yes.
You have your corner man. You're going to pay for your food, and in fact, fuck the before you even get there. You got your medicals, bro.
Okay, run that then. So explain that.
Run that. If you get paid 1K, let's say 2K for argument's sake, and your medical, you got to get a brain scan, all that sort of stuff. That's £600. That's £600 gone already. Medicals. You camp. You got to pay your camp. You know what I
Wait a minute,
mean?
I don't know. I'm still stuck on this medical thing. So you have to pay for your own medical test to be done to basically prove that you're
Right.
healthy enough to fight.
Yeah, yeah. So you need to get a brain scan. Under safe MMA, you need to get a brain scan every 3 years or every time you get knocked out. Um, and then you need to get a full body test done, I think that cost about 100 and something pound. Bloods, which are like 50, 60 quid, I think they are. And then like so your brain, MRI, it comes up to about £500-600 altogether.
Wow.
I think the cheapest I've seen everything done is probably like four something. It's a couple hundreds. It's literally a couple hundred. And you'd probably need that to fight on most shows.
Okay then. So you fought on Bellator, right?
Yeah.
So did they pay for that, or did you have to pay for that?
I had to pay for that, yeah.
Okay then. So if you fought in the UFC, would the UFC pay for that, or would you again have to pay for that?
I actually don't know that. I know UFC look after their fighters quite a lot. Like if you injure yourself in a UFC fight,
Yes, they pay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
they
Hence,
will fix their doctors and that.
hence that huge James Cross scandal with his fighter. Remember with the betting stuff, and he had his knee.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember some fighters would literally be injured in camp and then like, fuck it, I'm fighting. And then I say I got injured in the fight, which is it's not. If you injured yourself in camp and you make it through the fight, you know what? Fair play to you. Go get you pay. Go get you pay. Go get you medicals. You know because it's mad fighting injured.
And a lot of the times, I mean, out of all your fights, how many times have you fought 100% healthy?
Maybe like two, 3. I guess when I was an amateur, actually, I fought a lot of them. I fought a lot of them with no injuries, but that's because there were tournaments. So I'd go healthy. Actually, now saying that, it's been a while still saying that. Actually, I remember sometimes I'd enter the fight, I'm like, oh, my leg back killing me after fighting yesterday because I fought yesterday, innit?
Yeah.
So I was healthy that day, and then I fought the next day. Man, got a mash up. Yeah, hardly you enter fights through camp. I think it's getting better nowadays with the technology. Everyone's learning how to rest properly. Everyone's learning how to look after the body. Everyone's learning don't have to hard spot all the time. So I think now with the new generation, it'll be less and less that you see fighters enter a fight injured, but it happens all the time still. If you can like walk, breathe, fight properly, like then you'll do it.
Yeah,
but if something's falling off, like your ankles turning facing the other way, you probably put it out of the fight. Yeah.
And so recovery for yourself is and sort of strength and conditioning does that play a big part in your sort of training regime?
Yeah. Strength and conditioning now is like, I always see it as like supplement. You can never like supplement the main work, which is fighting. So, you got or like for MMA, we got our jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and then obviously the MMA striking. That can never be replaced by strength and conditioning, but you can supplement it substantially with strength and conditioning. Your cardio can get so much more better.
Yes.
Your strength, your power, speed, your lateral movement, all of that helps you be a better fighter. But the main food is fighting. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. So yeah, it's very it's implemented very well into my game. I've been blessed to have good coaches around me and good strength and conditioning coaches that have showed me a modern way to prepare for fights and stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You mentioned hard sparring. How frequently, as we wind this down, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, Sibling.
Yeah.
Hard sparring, do you do that frequently, or is it more technical aspects of the 5 minutes?
It's more technical aspects. Like there'll be in our gym, there'll be hardly any like mad scraps. You know what I mean? Like there'll be hard hits and stuff, and we call it sharp work.
Okay.
So there will be sharp, fast fight simulation, but then like there won't be. We look after each other still.
Do you dialing back the power?
Yeah and no, because if I'm sparring with Leon, for instance, he knows he can go full power on in his certain shots, and I know I can go full power on Leon because he can move out the way. We switched on. But the moment, like say if Leon was to hit me with like a shot and he was to wobble me or something like that, he's not gonna go in for the finish. He's even most. You could say that he could see the shot and know that it's going to hit me and maybe pull that shot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's that level of, it's a skill where you generate, you really work in sharp sparring to a level where you don't injure your opponent, but you still building your skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel that it takes some time, takes some practice. As an amateur, you just think, you're trying to hit everything hard. You're trying to whack somebody up, you're trying to smack someone up. And I find actually sparring with amateurs, that's when you find more injuries than fighting the world champion of the world.
Yeah.
I know. Do you know what I mean? Like it's mad. Like I'd probably get injured by. I'm more likely to get injured by somebody who's just been training 3 weeks versus if I did 5 rounds straight with Leon. Yeah,
Wild and reckless, innit? That's why wild and reckless.
Yeah, wild and reckless. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy, man.
Mm.
Wild and reckless.
Definite, man. So yes, as I say, really looking forward to the what's next on the horizons. I'll definitely be keeping an eye. Everyone, please make sure if you're not following Akonne, jump on the socials, on the Twitter and on the Instagram, and see the entertain. Yo, listen, that Tesla video.
Yeah.
Had me in stitches.
Yeah. Bro, I did a full YouTube video. It's coming out next week on Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did one. It's going to be on YouTube next week. So check it out.
Make sure you send me the link, right, and I'll make sure I put it below in the description as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I will do. My G.
Definite, man. Honors, man. Thanks very much again for carving out some time for me.
It's a pleasure, Noble. Anytime.
Definite, man. Definite. Well, you tell me, you lead this dance. So next time we have our catch up, you let me know when. You know what I mean? Trustfully after your pugilism debut and stuff, we can discuss the victory and stuff and what that experience. Where's that? That's going to be in Dublin, you say?
Yeah. So the boxing's going to be in Dublin. So I'm just going through contract negotiations right now, but it's going to be on the Kingpyn show in Dublin versus Popeye. Little Popeye. So.
Little Popeye with no spinach. I'm no spinach, Regin.
Little Popeye with no spinach. I love it. Yeah. That's jokes.
For sure. Success, victory. And I'm loving the journey, man. I'm loving the journey.
Man.
Congratulations to your missus for that 10-week grueling, and then that performance that she put on as well.
Yeah,
it's amazing, man. It's amazing to see that kind of stuff. Inspirational stuff, man. That's what we're into. That's what we're interested in. We want to be inspired, man. We want to be thrilled. We want to have that shit. Could I do that? Maybe I should. Maybe I should go to the gym and see if I could do that. You know what I mean? So this is all we can do is live our lives, but at the same time try and inspire other people. You know, maybe just to step out their comfort zone. Like maybe I should try and, I've seen her boxing. She looks kind of like me. I could do that as well. Maybe just for fun. Maybe just for a little bit of confidence building, for some self-defense, because it's a bit crazy in these streets these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Confidence building and everything. There's nothing like martial arts that will build your confidence, man. For real. You know what I mean?
100%. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we will be back.
Take care. Peace.